Hey, what's going on, everyone? It's Green Zero back here with another Command & Conquer 3 Kane's Wrath video commentary. We have the Command League Stage 4 Grand Finals. It was a random-only tournament. Hot tip, it was the biggest tournament, or the biggest tournament stage so far in the Command League. We had the most amount of players, the most amount of matches here. But it was really good. bike-RUsh and Phoenix, of course, Nashington, did make the Grand Final. It's a best-of-5 series. I can't wait to see this because I haven't actually seen it yet, and I've heard it's pretty cool. But anyway, if you haven't heard, Cyber is stepping down. Head on over to his channel. He does have a video about it, so it's very sad to see that. Definitely wish him the best of luck and hope that he does make a return in the future. But he's got a whole video on it, so head on over there and check it out if you haven't already done so. But the Command League is still going on. Kane's Wrath is still happening, so we're going to be casting it. We have bike-RUsh+ownz versus Stephen Donald Nashington. Best of 5, random only. The first map is going to be Smashtown, USA. And if we jump up here, we're going to be playing as the Nod faction. Didn't even check the colors, so it's going to be Nashington has dealt a Nod faction of some kind. We're going to wait and see what barracks he has. He is going to be the marked of Kane, and he's going to be playing against bike-RUsh+ownz, who is playing as Zocom here. So Nashington defeated myself in the semi-final to get here, and bike-RUsh defeated Unleashed UA to get into the semi-final. Third place playoff, if you haven't already seen it, spoiler alert. Basically, myself and Unleashed played a best of 5, and it was 3-2 in my favor. Yay, third place. But anyway, let's jump into this game here and see if anyone's going to be doing some kind of rush. Nashington didn't go for Shrine. bike-RUsh didn't go for Shrine. He's actually not Shrine. He's Zocom. He doesn't get a Shrine. Okay, so he puts his ref down about exactly the same time from these guys here. And to be honest, Nashington should come down faster because his power plant takes 2 seconds less to build. But nonetheless, bike-RUsh might lose some health here. Oh, look at that. Nashington's going to try to chase, but of course, Riflemen are faster. He might be able to get a few shots off, but oh, look at that. Oh, Duke's in back there. That's nice work there. And bike-RUsh is paying attention, so he will pull back here now. And he is going to get into Nashington's base, see what he's doing. It's probably going to be a Raider buggy first. I mean, he should see from the Rifleman squad he's playing against Zocom, so Zocom probably have the least amount of rushes. He does get that Rifleman squad. Nice clutch placement of the Shredder turret. He does stop the foxhole. They're always annoying at the start of the game. They just keep eyes on you for so long, and it makes the other player feel so good that they can see everything that's happening. But bike-RUsh here will be going just a standard build by the looks of it. This is probably going to be a second ref. It couldn't really be anything else. Scouting by both players is quite good. bike-RUsh's left flank is a little bit blind, but he does have this building here, so might be able to see them snipping across there, but he's got some scouts down here. Nashington has good scouts here and here. Down the middle is a little bit weak, but of course he has the Raider buggy for that, and he's going to see bike-RUsh+ownz moving his MCV very, very early. bike-RUsh does this a lot. He moves it off just one power plant. He truly believes it is better. I speculate whether or not it is better. He does force a 360 out of that MCV though, which is very nice, but you got to remember the harvesters will build slower, yeah, and you'll pull money, so it's a bit hit and miss. It depends what you're doing, what kind of strategy you're doing, and he does force the deploy here. I'm not sure if he really forced it or just bike-RUsh just wanted to deploy, but that's very early blue tip, and it's very close to your base, so that's perfectly fine. He's going to get a full tank, which is going to be worth it, and looks like Nashington has literally nothing to stop that, so that's unfortunate. He's 5-2 now. bike-RUsh has got 4. He's already got 5-2. He has a Pitbull out as well, and he's got a Rax here, so not sure what he's planning. He's probably got something up his sleeve, but oh, actually, Nashington's already expanded. Wow, that was a quick expansion from Nashington. That's why his harvester was a little bit behind because of the power situation. So you can see the power situation doesn't always work out, but Nashington is at the expansion. bike-RUsh is not. But bike-RUsh is going for some kind of push. I think it's going to be Shadow Tanks and Infantry. It could be Shadow Tanks and Infantry. And look at this. Nashington just trying to keep his scout alive for as long as possible. Does he know what's actually coming at him, bro? We'll have a look here. And he can see the MCV is still deployed there, but he can't see what he's placing over there. So Nashington, a little bit concerned. He has to go for an airfield, so it's probably not going to be Shadow Tanks. It's going to be Predator Tanks here. And he's going for Hammerheads, I believe. No real infantry here, so maybe it's just a fake. We have a Scorpion tank coming out. Nashington, what are you doing? You're going to need something to counter those air units. He has got good eco down here, but he's going to need a tier 2. And is he going to spot this? He spots the Hammerhead. The Hammerhead would definitely have been spotted there. And the AP ammo is quite some time from being done, at least 35 seconds till it's finished. So the Hammerheads won't be particularly effective till that kicks in. And they do not have ceramic armor upgraded yet either, which means they're going to be reasonably easy to, or not reasonably easy, but okay to destroy. Like one SAM turret, which he's already got queued, should be enough to defend this one off. And he might want to pull this harvester back. He will be doing so now. The SAM turret does get a full volley off, not enough to kill a Hammerhead though. Again, they've got a little bit more armor than the Orcas do, and these Scorpion tanks need to start firing at the Predator tanks. There are Predator tanks here, and he's actually built himself a Tiberium Trooper squad. Orca Strike coming in now. It does have the zone pods, so it will be doing a little bit of damage, but the Harvester might want to get back to work, and it looks like bike-RUsh will be actually pulling back here. He's like, hang on a second, he's a little bit more prepared for that than I anticipated. He does have a tech center down, And it's just one hammerhead, so another fake. It is completely fake. It's mind games here from bike-RUsh, tricking Nashington into thinking he's doing all kinds of strategy. If I was Nashington, I'd be so confused as to what bike-RUsh is doing right now. But it is going to be a fast Marv. And to be honest, this is actually not going to be too bad for Nashington. He's mock, remember. He has unlimited EMP at his disposal, and he's got 2 ref down here as well. His main is probably going to get hit shortly. He has another scout coming out to see what bike-RUsh is doing. As soon as he sees no expansion, alarm bells are going to be going off. He's like, okay, what could he possibly have that's going to threaten me? He does have ceramic armor done now. This hammerhead will be moving through here. A SAM turret will come down. It's not going to be powerful enough to destroy this, and he's going to get away. Ceramic armor just gives him so much health, but he will force it away for some more repairs. We got a battle marker over here. The buggy does see everything. He sees the tech center, and he's probably going to assume if he didn't see the Marv that it's there. bike-RUsh+ownz Nashington. Yeah, he sees it. He knows it's there. Is the Marv out yet? No, it's not quite. It's just about to be out, and he's moving the MCV, which means Sonic Emitters is probably on the cards, but Nashington has his tech center. Going for Tib Core, he's putting down some units here as well, or some base defenses in preparation so he can clear his build out for the, the obelisks and things like that. But bike-RUsh is going to push all in for this base here, and can Nashington hold this base? He needs all his units down here. He can't really leave that too undefended, maybe leave some units there. There's actually beam cannons coming out there. I think that's what he was using. He does have the EMP, and he does nail, he actually used both of them side by side, which was not good. Does he have EMP grenades? No, he does not have EMP grenades. That's probably from a sold off structure. One obelisk is here. We got turrets coming down now, but a lot of these units, Nashington is starting to target the units, realizing that they're more vulnerable and just going straight for the Marv here. But he's run out of EMP. He's probably going to get some EMP from these units here now. The hammerheads here causing problems. No Tiberium core missile. It's still quite a way from being completed, and bike-RUsh is pushing in here. Nashington doesn't have a lot to stop it. The pit bulls here, actually the stealth is not compromised. There are no pit bulls remaining. He does get another end blast off, but these beam cannons, he needs some AA, and he needs it now. The obelisk is here causing damage, but he's taking too much damage. He needs to put it behind structures. There's actually quite a number of Scorpion tanks still here. He needs a SAM turret. He needs it now. These units getting destroyed. I wouldn't have placed a SAM turret there. It's too far forward. He should have placed it back in a defensive position. He actually flies into this SAM turret over here. A Redeemer is trying to come out. Tibcore finishes, does not quite get a kill on those guys. The Marv, meanwhile, is getting EMP'd. He is trying to destroy the tech center here. He does get Chain Emp off. That's nice. Chain Emp is off. He's trying to destroy this war factory here, but he needs another obelisk to protect these beam cannons. Actually getting destroyed. He's actually going to lose his tech center, I believe. He needs to go for another Emp blast here. He doesn't have a unit there. He's got an obelisk, but it's in a weird position now, and that's going to be a problem. bike-RUsh now pushing all in, getting so much money from harvesting as well. He's got double war factory here. This is a crazy game, and I believe that the tech center will fall here momentarily. No, he actually does block it. He blocks it out. Is the Redeemer done? The Redeemer is done, so it's not terribly important. He will lose obelisk support, obviously. He's going to lose his tier 2, which means there's no AA turrets. There's a AA turret back here, but that's about it. The rest of this base is going to fall. bike-RUsh pushed him out. He's going to push him out of this base. Will Nashington cave? He has got a Redeemer, though. What can he possibly do? He's trying to build something. It's probably a tier 2 now, but he doesn't have a lot to defend his construction yard. The Marv just has so much health here. It's got so much more health, and the MCV is just falling so fast, and he's going to lose his power plants now. Will he have enough to retain the power on this SAM turret? I think bike-RUsh might just want to go in here. He could probably destroy the SAM turret with what he's got. Rage Gen goes off, so the Marv is going to do a little bit of damage to these forces. It's not terribly damaging, and that one beam cannon there, he's got nothing garrisoned in the Redeemer. He didn't sell that off, which means he does have the ability to rebuild an MCV, which is probably what he's doing right now. He needs some stealth tanks, though, but of course he can't actually build them. The SAM turret is here. Radar jamming missile goes off, and look at that. bike-RUsh just realizes, hey, there's only one SAM turret here. It's got Tib Core, but I can just overpower it, and there's no other AA for Nashington. I think Nashington is just straight out going to lose here, unfortunately. Oh, man. And he looked like he was in such a good position as well, but bike-RUsh just has a way of making things work, and Nashington, I think, just underestimated the defense of his expansion there. He should have definitely had some more EMP units, and he could have just cruised to victory there. Another SAM turret as well. Yeah, lack of SAM turrets. The hammerheads were just killing the infantry, but unfortunately, bike-RUsh there will win. Well, not unfortunately for bike-RUsh, but unfortunately for Nashington, he wasn't enough. So 63,000 Nashington, 60,000 to bike-RUsh again. He probably harvested a lot of that, so only $3,000 different, you can see there. And Nashington did flatline towards the end, so bike-RUsh kind of transitioning or fooling Nashington into several different strategies, and Nashington at the end of the day just couldn't hold that last push. So well done to bike-RUsh. Stay tuned, we have game number 2 coming up right now. Okay guys, welcome back to game number 2 of the Grand Final series between bike-RUsh and Stephen Donald Nashington. That's right, we are on Tournament Arena, and bike-RUsh is up 1-0, best of 5. Nashington got the pick of map, so he's picked Arena. bike-RUsh will be starting on the top left-hand side, and he will be as the red black hand, I believe. Yes, he definitely is black hand, so wow, random mirror, and he got black hand. Wow, Nashington is probably not too happy with that. He has dealt a Scrin faction. Which Scrin faction is it? It's Reaper, aka Spanker17 here, which is not too bad against Black Kane on a level like this. It's a small level, so you got to remember, Reaper have very powerful ground units. They like to get in close and destroy people. The Shard Walker will be very powerful on this level here. Dev tanks as well, and going into the late game, the tripods, of course. Just the fact that they have so much utility, and of course the Shard Walker is just one of the best units in the game for Scrin there, or for Reaper's the only one that gets Shard Walkers, I suppose. We have a bunch of buzzers over here. I'm not sure if National was scared that maybe he was against a Scrin faction there and overspent a little bit on buzzers here. We will see a draft coming out, and I think National wants to trick bike-RUsh into thinking there might be disintegrators, because there's a lot of squads here. He will be able to kill this Cabal squad, and he forces another one out, so bike-RUsh did have to place down quite a lot of Shredder turrets. Oh, he didn't quite finish that. He does get it, though. He does get it. Nice work there. So I'm not sure. He's even got another scout here. Wow, bike-RUsh has really gone super heavy, and this is why, and Nashington should feel it. He should feel it in his bones here. It's like, hey, bike-RUsh has like a million Cabal squads out. I'm probably getting rushed, and it's probably going to be a flame rush, because flame rushes are just so good against Scrin. They're just good against Scrin, period. And I'm not sure what Nashington is doing. He's going to have a second ref down here. I really hope this is going to be some Seeker tanks, because there are Reckoners now, or one Reckoner coming. It's only got one squad. Wow, this is actually going to be a really weak flame rush from bike-RUsh. It's a single squad Reckoner, which is not going to do a lot of damage. Again, bike-RUsh, what do you call it? Nashington can actually feel this one out if he likes, and he's got no eyes on the map, which means he must feel that something's coming. A player as good as Nashington shouldn't just assume nothing's going to happen. He could easily kill these Cabal squads, takes his time, but he sees the Reckoner now, doesn't quite finish that squad off. Seeker tank comes in now, but it's not going to be enough. He is going to be in between these buildings. bike-RUsh forcing to deploy a little bit of a gap there, but again, Scrin do not get silenced. No repair tool coming down for Nashington. Probably needs to get one. No, he sells it off. Wow, I would have thought he would have tried to delay that as much as possible. I'm not sure if he realizes there's only one squad. He should realize that these buildings are not going down as fast as they normally should do, and he will get that power plant as well. He may be able to range this extractor, which will be problems for Nashington, but no, he's not going to be able, oh yes, he is going to be able to range that extractor, and no, he switches to the Warp Sphere, but he doesn't have enough health left on the Reckoner, and he does hold that with minimalistic use there, and he should put down a Buzzer Swarm to get rid of that. He can see, obviously, now there's only one squad there. He's not even going to place the Buzzer Hive down. Look at this guy. He's like, no, I'm not even going to waste the $600. I'm just going to crush, and that Shard Walker does go veteran as well. The two Seeker tanks are immediately going out. The Reckoner is still actually there. The Shard Walker should probably just finish that one off, and he will do so. It's probably got a lot of experience, actually. Wouldn't be surprised if he goes elite. Nashington now going to scout out what's happening. Scorpion tanks are on the cards. bike-RUsh did double ref. He's got 1, 2, 3, 4, and 2 behind it. These two Seeker tanks will find these two Scorpion tanks, and he will be trying to focus them down. Splits his fire a little bit between these guys, so they will actually be destroyed, unfortunately. So Nashington, a bit of an expensive scout there, but nonetheless, you can see what bike-RUsh is doing. He knows there's no further comm center. He knows there is an expansion as well. That Seeker tank now being destroyed almost actually gets one of the Scorpion. If he actually focused, he probably could have got one, but bike-RUsh probably would have reacted there. Not quite pulling that Scorpion tank back, and he does do so now. But Nashington, he's still heavy on one base. He is actually going for tier 2. I reckon in Nashington's position, he could easily go double Warp Sphere, Shard, Seeker, and go for the upgrade. But he has decided to choose Dev tanks as his route. He only queued one though, so queuing some more now. I'm not sure. He did actually place a tech center down, so there we go. So it's just a trick. It's just, hey, I've got one Dev tank out, so there's probably going to be more, which there usually is. But he's just going to use it now just to cause problems for bike-RUsh, maybe poke in here and there. Shard Walker does get destroyed. That Scorpion tank is still pretty badly damaged. bike-RUsh now trying to eco an expansion. He's going to infantry as well, and he is going for shrine, so there we go. So we can confirm that he's transitioning as well. But mechas are out, and mechas are a good option here. I thought he might have gone maybe to get like 2 or 3 tripods out, or one base tripod, but no, unfortunately. And bike-RUsh is going to spot this as well, so again, but he is going for shard mechas. Again, the best thing about this against Black Kane, you don't have to worry about really the disc segments, because Black Kane can't get air. So there you go. There's one mecha. Maybe the mechas are fake. I'm not sure if he's building anything else. He's actually moving his drone ship. Now, there are more mechapedes coming now, so we can see there's 2 mechapedes here. There is a dev tank here, and these Scorpion tanks are getting pretty much torn to shreds. There's way too much power there for them. They can't do too much about that. And these mechas now could probably kill the small amount of infantry that's here. He's trying to get in kiting range. He will take a full volley to the head. Oh, that hurts. That hurts a little bit. Is he going to be able to survive? He does actually survive. That mecha is probably pretty badly damaged. Killed a little bit of infantry here, but the drone ship is over here, and oh my god, he's going to spam out Buzzer Hives now. He's going to bring all his units over here for this push. bike-RUsh does not realize it. He's actually keeping his mechas up top, so Nashington trying to make a play here. Oh, he misses the head, missed the head here, which means the mechas mechas will survive. All the mechas are still alive. He is trying to destroy the spike. More mechas are here now. bike-RUsh has a lot of infantry out, and the infantry, of course, if they focus the head, they can destroy this, but nonetheless, we have buzzer hives coming here, and bike-RUsh is going to be like, holy crap, there's a drone ship right there. Meanwhile, Nashington is trying to leech. Meanwhile, he's got these mechas up here. I think one may have been destroyed, possibly. He's got 4 here. No, there's actually 5 here, so there you go. He's actually got all of them, and he's pulling bike-RUsh in 2 directions. bike-RUsh cannot go in 2 directions right now. He doesn't have the forces. Hasn't got enough infantry, and now he's moving his mechas over here. He's going to get that upgraded power plant. He forces the obby drop, and the obby doesn't even get to shoot. That's a good move for him there. No power as well, and the mechas are all getting out of there. Meanwhile, we got shards over here as well, trying to shoot up the infantry squads. He does phase them. He goes for a phase. He forces the full retreat here, and if the mechas come down and cut this off, the units are going to have to stop and fire, and the mechas should be able to clean this up here. They're pretty heavily damaged. He needs to rebuild some. One of them gets sniped. Nice snipe here. Another snipe there from bike-RUsh. Wow, he just makes things happen, doesn't he? He just makes them happen. And he's even got this Deb tank, which is still alive. He's actually going to finish off the remainder of these Scorpion tanks. All the Scorpion tanks are down. Buzzer Swarm obviously going off there. And another mecha goes down as well. bike-RUsh just again causing problems for Nashington. Nashington now does have a Warp Sphere here. He's still got the phase units, but how's he going to crack this base? Really, he needs to go and expand back at his main, I think. He doesn't have any refs down. He's just putting lots of buzzer hives down, and he does have a tripod out, which is nice, but again, he has no artillery units. He's trying to use the mechas to pull bike-RUsh in every which way. I don't know, maybe if he gets a heroic mecha, he might be on the right path there, but he is actually killing these Cabal squads, which Cabal squads give away a fair bit of veterancy, but there is still an obelisk over here as well. He did actually leave the obelisk there, which is a problem for him. Mechas trying to get into kiting position. They should just try to sit here and wait for the infantry to come to them, because bike-RUsh wasn't really paying that much attention. And we have a tripod over here as well. No upgrades for Nashington. What's he going to do? He's got some units over here, but he's full leeching. He is in full leech mode here. bike-RUsh having trouble refining here, but he is going for a Redeemer. And again, he's going to probably try to charge this tripod up. Again, the harvesters are not stealthed. They are not stealth harvesters. He's got to watch out, though. He needs to be paying attention. Make sure this tripod does not walk into this area. He gets hit by that obelisk. That does a lot of damage, and he is going to be pulling back now. 2 mechas will survive here. bike-RUsh just trying to refine enough just to get the Redeemer. He's having trouble. You can see he's stalling there, but I think he feels he's probably reasonably safe. He's getting repairs now, and the mechas are in hold ground stance by the looks of things. No, he does move them. He could have probably left them there, I reckon. It would have been okay. He should charge these, because he could easily snipe these harvesters really quickly, I reckon, if he just charged them up, and he will be charging it now. There we go. You don't even have to wait for the full animation. As soon as they start charging, you can move them again. The charge will complete, which is very nice. Battle marker over here. We have some units getting killed, and we have infantry moving across the Tiberium field now. He has charged particle beams, which is quite good. The mecha's now actually going to get some repairs. He needs to watch out. That one almost moves in range of the obelisk here, and he will be moving these guys across, and he does do a little bit of damage to the infantry. Infantry getting shot up. There's a Black Cannon squad there. The Redeemer is now coming out, so bike-RUsh going to be feeling a lot safer now that that's going to be coming out. But these mechas did not get a chance to repair at all, which means they're pretty badly damaged. Power issues now for Nashington, and he will have that down. They're trying to chase the mechas to get the headshots. They do get chewed up a little bit by the buzzer swarm here, and looks like the tripods are just going to go for a crush move, and that does actually seem to be effective at the moment. So he did actually get the crushes that he needed. The mechas come in and finish the job, but there is a Redeemer coming, and Rage Gen is probably on the cards. Oh, he should be able to fire. No, he's force firing the ground there, so they don't get rage, but he does actually pay for it with one of his tripods here. Nashington in a fair bit of trouble now. He will be sniping down that one husk. This grand final, though, is pretty much got some interesting games happening in it. He does hold one tripod here. Again, Nashington has leached a fair chunk of this field. So much field has been leached. He does get the stasis down. He might want to get that tripod into position, because if he can get it into position, he may very well be able to destroy the hexapod just with that one EMP. He's got hives ready. There's no obelisk ready. There is actually a structure ready, but it's a supercharged particle beam upgrade here. So he is moving in now, and he needs, Nashington doesn't have the anti-infantry. He needs these 2 mechas are going to town now. He does have ranks on them. Will he get the EMP off? No, he does not get he gets the EMP off, but the Rage Gen goes off, and I'm not sure how much that's going to affect Nashington. He's got 2 veteran mechas here. One gets sniped down. The other one makes a move now. There's actually no warp sphere here anymore, so he cannot get revenge. Actually, it's destroyed. That's not good at all, and the Redeemer will live, and Nashington, unfortunately, I think that didn't work out the way that he was planning it to go, and he will actually be falling in this game. Wow, Nashington is down now 2-0, so there you go. Game 2 goes in the favor of bike-RUsh+ownz again, so 2-0 up. He only needs to win one more game, and Nashington is now on the ropes, so we're going to have to see how that goes. Interesting strategy by Nashington, just didn't have enough in the tank, unfortunately. Not enough in the tank to finish that off. I probably, yeah, if I was in that situation, double warp sphere with shield, could have kept bike-RUsh in his base for a long time until you teched, but again, it's easy for us to say that, but it was a nice strategy from Nashington nonetheless, and he held on for quite some time. 58,000 or 59,000 to 75,000 there, so you got $16,000, $17,000 more than Nashington did, but nonetheless, bike-RUsh takes a 2-0 lead. We're going to be jumping into game number 3. Is it going to be the last game, or Nashington pull it back? Stay tuned. Jump into game number 3 right now. Okay guys, welcome back to game number 3 in this best of 5 series. We're just going to jump straight into this one here and see what happens. We're on Twisted Rift. Nashington got the choice of maps once again. So let's whip down here. bike-RUsh+ownz now is playing on the right hand side here of Twisted Rift, and he has dealt a GDI faction. We'll wait for his racks to come down because he's going to be Steel Talons. That's right, against Stephen Donald Nashington, aka Inspire Phoenix, who is going to be playing as Zocom. So Zocom versus Steel Talons here. So this could be interesting. It is one of those matchups that a lot of people just don't know how to play, and I watch a lot of replays. I'm just like, what are these guys doing? Nashington here almost trying to actually capture his spike by the looks of it. He needs to wait for the refinery to come down, which he will be doing so now. Refinery is just about done. bike-RUsh, of course, no crazy things happening from these guys. Steel Talons have quite a number of good rushes. Wow, bike-RUsh actually waiting momentarily to place that down. He must have been busy trying to micro something. He's got a squad over here, and I think he might have lost something to Nashington. I'm not quite sure. He's trying to dig a foxhole, keeps changing his mind about that one here, but Nashington is going to be pulling one squad back. Maybe sees that there's guys on the other side of the rift here, and bike-RUsh cancels the foxhole again, so shenanigans here by these guys. Not sure what they're doing. Looks like Nashington is going to be pushing straight down the guts. War Factory is here. Do we have a comm center? No, we don't have a comm center here from bike-RUsh, but we don't have a comm center either from Nashington. The only thing that Zocom can really do with that is Rig Rush, and maybe they can't really Zorka Rush because Zorkas are too expensive and they miss their targets. But what do you call it? They could be going for the Bloodhound Rush. Does take out the squads there. Nashington, meanwhile, is getting hit by his by obviously towers of bike-RUsh, but he does sell that off, but he will get the foxhole down, and it's oh so annoying. Looks like he actually lost 2 of his squads, unless one went somewhere else. Not entirely sure. bike-RUsh, these guys really trying to hard counter the scouts, aren't they? They really, I mean, you gotta look at it. A lot of the time, bike-RUsh wins because of the psychological effect here. And I guess Nashington has identified that. You really have to see what your opponent is doing, and getting the foxhole in early game, it just gives you so much comfort. bike-RUsh doing a quick 360 there, trying to get away from the edge of the... I thought he was going to redeploy, but he's actually not redeploying, so there you go. Nashington does defend this off here. He's got this, this structure already garrisoned. bike-RUsh will have to go around, and he will be seeing that Nashington is going to be expanding very, very shortly. 2 more scouts here, probably from drafted structures and or towers. He's going for Blue Tiberium very early in the game. Is bike-RUsh going to do the same thing? No, bike-RUsh is expanding to the top, of course, puts down his power, and again, his MCV is further along, but he's just so low on power that, you know, I mean, his 5th harvester did just come out. Nashington's already got 5 harvesters out, and something is almost done as well, so he's almost got 6 harvesters, or it would actually be number 7, so 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, oh no, sorry, 6. So there you go, because one's already at the blue field, remember, so he's actually a harvester ahead, or about 3/4 of a harvester ahead. Pitbull now comes out from bike-RUsh. He's going to try to clear these scouts out of his base. He doesn't want them sticking around for too much longer, and the tower's like, YOLO, if it's low power, it takes a second to reorientate itself, so you can actually order it to fire to speed that up. Meanwhile, battle markers down here, looks like there is a foxhole here with double rifle in it, so doing a little bit of damage to that watchtower actually, and he's going to try to destroy that because he doesn't want to know if he's going to put a ref down here or what, but it is going to be a refinery. He's going to have to power that down straight away so you can get this back up, and he's going to move harvesters down there, but Stephen Donald Nashington will have Blue Tiberium very shortly. Did not quite fill the tanks. There's a little tiny gap there, but it's not too bad. bike-RUsh is actually here though, so there you go. So that was critical timing there for him. What do we have up here? It's just a scout. So both these guys here playing it safe or kind of playing it dangerous, but playing it on edge, I'd probably have to say. Oh, Nashington, you haven't quite finished those off, buddy. You're going to get shot up. Okay, so Nashington's getting a little bit ahead of himself here. Is he actually going to lose this whole rifleman squad to those 3? So he is actually going to lose that. Obviously not paying attention. Turns around now, but it's way too late. He's going to have to draft something else to get rid of those. bike-RUsh is still here. Nashington actually killing the squad over here. Sees that bike-RUsh doesn't have an expansion down. He's got a war factory down here as well. He must be kind of alarmed somewhat. There are some Pitbulls over here, but it's Pitbull v Pitbull. And we all know how that's going to end, pretty much in a total stalemate. Oh, Orcas are here. bike-RUsh does have Orcas. I didn't even see this myself. We can see there's probably an airfield in the bottom of the map there. He will get 2 harvesters. He didn't actually even wait for 4 Orcas to be done. So there we go. And he even sold the comm center. It's something you can do. You can one base Orca with some Pitbulls. And if you get harvesters, ideally you want 3, because just 2 will mean that Nashington still has the opportunity to get ahead here, of course. Pitbulls are now moving out across the map here. There's some Predator tanks as well. The Pitbulls are going straight for the airfield. I think he's got a hunch where the airfield must be because he can obviously see up here from where his scouts came in. But he's turning around. He doesn't know what he's doing. bike-RUsh identifies it. There is a Titan and some units here as well and a base defense. So he's going to be pretty secure if those Pitbulls do decide to commit to that. And bike-RUsh is going to be okay. Got his 4 Orcas here. They are probably all just about done. Yeah, here we go. They're going to be taken off again. bike-RUsh gets another scout off here. Sees that Nashin has actually 4 harvesters here. Wow. Did he transition some? He has really been going heavy harvesters. That harvester there, not even full. I probably went back to the blue tib field, which is a bit of a waste there for Nashin, but he does seem to be somewhat ahead here. Again, bike-RUsh really needed to get 3 harvesters, I reckon, to make that, or to put himself ahead, but unfortunately not to be the case. He does have double ref over here, but there's only 2 harvesters. We have the Orcas in the bottom here. There are 3 Pitbulls here. That's enough to disrupt their attack run, so instead of getting 3, they might just get 2. We have an Orca strike coming in. Will Nashington realize that they're just chilling over there? He's got some units over here. The Orca's still waiting for their opportunity. He's waiting for the Orca strike, I believe, to come in so it can draw fire. So there we go. And he is actually going to pull back and wait for that to occur, I believe. bike-RUsh using pretty advanced strategies there. So here comes the Orca strike. No, the Orcas actually he's forgotten about them, or he just doesn't want to go in with them yet. He wants to draw fire. You can see obviously there's some double A here, but he does come in now. So he will be getting, actually gets a Pitbull kill alongside that harvester kill. So 1 harvester goes down, and he should be able to get a 2nd harvester. The force firing wasn't that great, but all the Orcas do go down, which is a bit of a problem. Actually, no, 1 Orca does remain. So he still has 1 Orca left. Hammerhead's now coming out by Nashington. What's happening up here? Not a lot. There's Pitbulls down here hunting harvesters. They should be able to take that harvester out, but no, he switches targets to go for the enemy Pitbulls here. And the rocket squads now, this harvester's running behind the rocket squads, and these Pitbulls will be getting out of there. I'm not sure if they did a lot of damage. Doesn't seem to be too much damage. Maybe a harvester killed there because there's a dead bit of tib there, or just a single bit of tib there, which is unusual, usually from a dead harvester. But Nashington will be making some type of stand in this game by the looks of things. bike-RUsh has some units over here. Hammerhead is rallying up here. There's only a couple rocket squads, enough to destroy that Hammerhead though. It's actually already damaged, so that's pretty bad for him. But bike-RUsh does not have a lot of tech here right now. He's got his tier 2 there. He's trying to rebuild the Orcas. Obviously feels that they are going to still be valuable, especially on such a big map. Orcas are always going to come in handy here. Predator tanks now for Nashington. Has quite a number of them. Double airfield, and he's going for double airfield hammerheads. APM is on the way. No ceramic armor yet, so he's going to try to go into that. Doesn't quite have it yet. bike-RUsh is obviously aware of it. You can already see there's quite a few here, so you can only expect upgrades very shortly. But Nashington's upgrades aren't really on point. They're quite a way off, so we do know that APM is only about halfway done, probably at this point in time. There we go, a little bit over halfway done now. No ceramic armor. These Pitbulls will find 1 Titan, which they will be able to surround and destroy. Battle markers over here, infantry standing on Tiberium. We have some units moving in here, and these Zocom harvesters are going to try to fight back against this Orca, but I don't believe they're going to be able to do so. 1 does get destroyed. I don't believe there's enough ammunition to destroy a 2nd one, so he won't be able to do that. bike-RUsh only actually rebuilt 1, or maybe he's waiting for more to be built. No, he actually went for hard points. Wow, I'm serious. I'm not sure if he realized that was upgrading hard points. He's definitely going to have to make sure he goes back for it, because he really has committed to it pretty hard now. And these Pitbulls and Predator tanks are now going to be moving into this base. bike-RUsh has almost no defense here. He's got tier 3, but he's Steel Talon. He doesn't get Sonic emitters. He needs to bring units up here. That's the only way he can really defend this. And the Pitbulls are out in front. The Predator tanks should probably be there instead. He's going to need Orcas. Orcas would be great as long as he can clean up the Pitbulls. But the Hammerhead's coming in. Firehawks are coming in now. Not sure what they were bombing. They're obviously trying to bomb something. Oh, they're all overlapping, and he does do the scatter move. That's nice here. But we have bike-RUsh's harvesters getting completely decimated here. Nashington's got him right where he wants him, and he's going to be able to destroy a majority of these harvesters here. A few of them do pull back behind the buildings there, so bike-RUsh making sure he tries to save as many as possible. All the Hammerheads get completely cleaned up, and Nashington, he still has a big chunk of his ground force. Actually, even taking out the refineries is like, well, if I can't get all the harvesters, there's 5 back here, I might as well just start destroying the refineries. He could even probably destroy that refinery. All the Titans are actually down, they've been destroyed. Firehawks now being used to bomb. No, not quite. Not sure if he's going to be able to, if he's going to start bombing Predator tanks. And again, that's a move of desperation, I believe, if you start bombing what do you call it, the Predator tanks. And bike-RUsh is in all sorts of trouble. He does not have anything to save him at the moment, and this is one of these very unusual situations where bike-RUsh is actually getting completely torn here. He has almost nothing, and we see Nashington expanding across the map, and Nashington will take game number 3, so he does make a stand. bike-RUsh, not sure what's happening there. Nashington just kind of absorbed his aggression and then turned around, and he just hit bike-RUsh for 6. I think bike-RUsh may be relying on the tier 3 base defenses, realizing he doesn't actually get any as Steel Talons there, not able to hold that attack, unfortunately. But yeah, 68,000 to 83,000, so Nashington just got ahead, went for heavy ground, and and made it count. A couple of hammerheads in there as well, but at the end of the day, he did the damage that needed to be done. bike-RUsh only killed a few harvesters with orcas, and a lot of the orcas did get shot down. So very nice work there from Nashington. It will be 2-1 in favor of bike-RUsh. So Nashington gets 1 game back now. Can he make it 2 in a row? He needs to make it 3 in a row, basically, or 2 more in a row from here. But stay tuned, game number 4 is coming up right now. Okay guys, welcome back to game number 4 between Stephen Donald Nashington, aka Inspire Phoenix, and bike-RUsh+ownz Command League Grand Final, game number 4. bike-RUsh is ahead 2-1. Nashington brought the last game back. So bike-RUsh still just needs a single game to win it. Nashington must win this game and the next game, and bike-RUsh has chosen Smash Dust Bowl, one of his favourite maps, of course. We see him play on it quite a bit. Stephen Donald Nashington, as the random, of course, has dealt some type of Nod faction here, and he is going to be the Black Spam. That's right, he's Blackhand. Another good draw for him, I guess. Not too bad. This is the first time in the series we've seen him play as Blackhand, I believe, in the first game. Oh, I'm trying to recall all these games now. So in the first game, what were we on? Smashdown, he was Mock, then he was Reaper 17, then he was Zocom, so he's got a different faction every time. bike-RUsh, on the other hand, will be dealing Traveler 59, and he is going for fast legs, which is oh so powerful against pretty much anything, except maybe other Scrin factions, because Buzzer Hives totally tear them to pieces. But then you've got that unique thing of the Hive warfare. And look at that, Nashington has 2 Cabal squads here, so he's not afraid of those there. bike-RUsh actually does a pretty good job to save 3 of his scouting squads there. And Nashington needs to be careful. Yeah, he needs to make sure he's covering these guys. Is there a sneaky one out here? No, there's no sneaky one out here. Nashington, he should move wide, because then he's going to be able to spot these. Oh, he's not moving wide though, so they could sneak down the edge of the map, and that could be an easy victory. If they get to the field without any kind of scouting, then it's almost game if you don't have like a turret or something cute, or just handle it like a boss, basically. bike-RUsh doesn't actually know what to do though, because he can't actually get through here. He knows his scouts. He's having to run to the corner, and looks like Nashington is just moving his scout. I'm not sure if that's intentional or what. He obviously doesn't know they're there and can't see them, but I believe he sees there's actually no scout over here. Did he lose an engineer? I'm not sure if he lost. Maybe he saw fast leg engineer. I'm not 100% sure. I didn't actually catch that, but nonetheless, these disintegrator squads will be moving across the side of the map. bike-RUsh, no. Oh, Nashington, look at that. He cannot see them. He cannot see them, but he must know. He must know that they are coming somewhere, and he will actually be able to spot them now. So he will spot these guys. Oh, a little bit too many. And he will actually kill an entire squad, almost a second squad as well, will actually go down. So this is actually pretty bad for bike-RUsh. He didn't get his spike, and Nashington got his, and he's been revealed. And this rush is now way late. He had to run up and down the side of the map for like a good minute. And Nashington now is just in a great position. He didn't even have a second refinery, so he must have been expecting it, and he's probably a little bit all over it here. He's trying to split up. He should just take that garrison. That will prevent these disintegrators from jumping up and down on the top of the field here, but he will not be taking it. He could take another garrison here and just totally zone out this huge area of the map here to the disintegrator squads. But Nashington, though, not sure what he's doing at the moment. Oh, bike-RUsh. bike-RUsh actually just threw it. He just surrendered. Is there like something in his base, or is there a reckoner in his base? I'm not 100% sure. Might have to check that out later on. But bike-RUsh, wow, he obviously felt he was so far behind that they just was not going to work. So unfortunately there, we'll have to see by the structures tab here. Confessor, favorite unit here. So I don't know, maybe I didn't see that there was a reckoner. I'll double check the replay afterwards and we'll see what happened. But anyway, Nashington gets another win. So it's 2-2, goes down to the ace match, which is good for us. So we'll just jump to game number 5 now and see what happens with that one. Okay guys, welcome back to game number 5 here, and I did check the replay. The last one, Nashington did actually have a double flame reckoner right in bike-RUsh's base, which is why he gave up, because he was basically dead at that point there. So did miss it. Super short game means the ace match here, and we've actually moved to Tournament Dust Bowl. Would have thought that had a bit more creativity than to jump to, you know, the original version of this map, but no. bike-RUsh got the map choice, so he picks both Smash Dust Bowl and now original Dust Bowl, Tournament Dust Bowl, which means Nashington, he has dealt a random faction. He's got a different faction every single time, unless this is a Zocom, of course. Ace match, though, he's actually going straight for a refinery there, not actually going for anything. And oh, look at this, bike-RUsh is actually he's going to be Steel Talons, so bike-RUsh has dealt Steel Talons. He dealt this in game number 3 as well. and he will be going straight for his spike. He's not scared at all about what Nashington may have, not even sending additional scouts there. He's sending 2 scouts, 2 rifles. He's pretty comfortable with what he's got there about not getting cut off. Or again, this is a contested spike. This isn't Smash Dust Bowl. There's no walls there. Maybe he forgot about that and realized, hang on a second, I'm pretty exposed here. But of course, he can make this building quicker. Jumps in and out. That's basically so he gets the range boost straight away. Can see further into fog, then gets out and runs. But Nashington is going to be Steel Talons. So Nashington got a different faction every single time in this random only tournament. bike-RUsh will be able to secure a spike, but of course Stephen Donald Nashington does have his refinery first. I would have liked for him to go for a comm center, to be honest. Oh, it's going to be a war factory. And just rush bike-RUsh. I mean, I'd probably do, if it's an ace match, he's probably going to be expecting an eco game. And if he just rushes him, bike-RUsh might just get hit for 6, he might just win the game. So we'll have to see what happens here, because it is going to be Steel Talons versus, no, Steel, whoa. No, it's a Steel Talons mirror. What am I doing? Did I even say that? I don't even know anymore. But it's a Steel Talons mirror, and this is going to be interesting. It's going to be all about armor, or all about who can screw over the other guy's harvesters. A lot of people used to think Steel Talons mirrors were boring, but it's because most of the people choose to eco at the start. But there's a lot of options you can do in a Steel Talons mirror. But at the end of the day, it gets really tense. It's usually, if it goes to late game, which most often than not, you'll get down to that point at some stage, because they're slow factions, and it'll get to really big, heavy hitting engagements. And of course, the things like the Space Uplink Command and GDI type mirrors are really important. Steel Talons do have adaptive armor, but it just depends if they're going to go like mass behemoth air, or if they're just going to go mass railgun. Mass railgun, of course, will be very popular in a mirror because they know exactly what each other has to counter, and that's basically more armor. Their infantry suck pretty hard because they get no upgrades, and the rocket squad's basically the best infantry type they get, which obviously limits Steel Talons there. They got good air, they got standard GDI air, not like, well, it is good, but you know, it's not Zocom good. And look at this, bike-RUsh running all the way back to base here, so that's interesting. He's not quite losing that squad, it's just outside the range there, so running all the way home there. Nashington pretty content just to eco here. He's fine, he's got 5 and 2, and he's got an extra harvester going to the expansion as well. Ref is about to come down. bike-RUsh+ownz, his ref is a little bit behind, and he does the power plant thing, doesn't he? He actually has a power plant there, yeah, so he did the power plant thing again, and his ref is actually behind, so there you go. The power plant thing not actually paying off in this situation. Maybe he was a little bit slow, maybe he was doing something else I couldn't see, but nonetheless, he's got another harvester out as well. But I think Nashington, he's actually going for pit bulls now, so he's actually got 3 already over here, and bike-RUsh only has 2. He's actually missing a power plant as well, so there you go. bike-RUsh slightly behind, but it's not going to be enough to like change the game or anything. We're talking like 51 to 49 type advantage here, but nonetheless, he does have a pit bull scout over here. I think he's just going to rally around the edge. No, he's actually going to just leave it there. He's just going to be content with that. Building some pits, maybe he's worried about getting hit by orcas. He does have a scout already in bike-RUsh's base, and he sees, well, hang on, there's a double ref here, so he's really ecoing hard. I think bike-RUsh is going to be playing for the late game here, obviously with that build, of course, but he's going to be going for that heavy tier 3. Will he go railguns? Will he go lots of behemoth and Marv? It'll be hard to say. Behemoth are extremely vulnerable to shockwave. Nashington, of course, because he didn't go for a racks open, this spike is not actually taken yet, and he might actually take it when he expands down there. Command post is down, we're going to see orcas. We could see double orca airfield, and airfield I think is actually coming out. It's building quite quickly. Airfield's build pretty rapidly. He's got the pit bulls out. Pit bulls are a sign. Well, pit bulls don't necessarily mean there are orcas, but pit bulls and orcas go hand in hand. And of course, but again, it's not unusual just to see pit bulls by themselves and ecoing behind it, because they give you something to do. They give you map presence. He will be trying to pick those guys off here. And will he be going for a second airfield? I don't believe he is. No, he's actually going for hammerheads here, and he isn't actually going for AP ammo. Maybe it's to trick bike-RUsh. What was that he just placed down? It's another war factory. Wow, he's actually going to go heavy here. He's going to go heavy on the ground. bike-RUsh is already going for the Titans. I think bike-RUsh is going to go straight for railguns. No, he does have an airfield himself, so it's pretty similar. Except Nashington went for pit bulls and bike-RUsh went for Titans, which means he wants to just defend this at the start. That Titan will get some repairs. Definitely needs actually walking outside the range of that. Again, Nashington does have double war factory here, building his own Titans. We'll have to see what bike-RUsh is actually building with his airfield. I think he might be going for Firehawks though. I think he wants to keep Nashington D-Tech. There is actually a double A turret there. Wow, bike-RUsh is really afraid of what Nashington may be doing to him. This could be issues. The tech center is down now, but whatever this upgrade is has not actually completed yet. He might actually be going straight for hard points. I don't really do. That's a big commitment to go hard points before you even get any air units out on the map. Maybe he's going for lots of orcas, but then what's the tech center for? Is he going for railguns? Yeah, it looks like he is going for railguns straight away. And he does finish. It is hard points, so this could be orcas. It might not be firehawks. It could just be orcas. Double war factory over here. What else has he got? He's got a number of Titans moving to join up with this force over here. Alright. Just let me check the time. And Nashington now is actually grabbing this spike here. So there we go. He's going to be able to grab this spike here. That's going to be okay. And of course, he doesn't really know what bike-RUsh is doing. There is a battle marker up here. Is it going to be orcas? There is actually no. He's actually building firehawks. So there you go. He doesn't have Stratofighter though. And we're back. Just had to quickly pause there while I sorted something out real quickly. But we have what's actually happening here. I have to recap and see what's happening. Firehawks are actually coming in. Maybe they're just for the anti-air. Maybe he saw the hammerheads that Nashington has, but there's no AP ammo here. I'm not sure if that's intentional or what. It's going to be Titans versus Titans. Yeah, these Nashington's Titans are going to have to get out of there. I don't think they can actually just destroy the MCV. They're going to start focusing each other down now. A few air units coming in from both sides. Hammerheads trying to help, but they don't have AP ammo. Nashington is actually pushing back the Titans. A bike-RUsh. Wow, he's actually pushing back. I don't believe he had it as many, but the Hammerhead's obviously making a difference, even though there's no AP ammo. I'm not sure if he was intending to even upgrade that. But Nashington, nonetheless, is pushing forward and he's trying to get into the field here, because if he gets into the field, he can go on a crush run here. He can go on a crush run. Railguns is done, though, for bike-RUsh, which is really going to help him out here. Hammerhead's flying over the top, trying to kill infantry here. But unfortunately, I think bike-RUsh will actually be able to hold this off. I don't believe any harvesters went down, but both sides just traded out their whole armies. And that could be a little bit of an issue. I'm not sure if it's going to be an issue more for Nashington, who appears to have no MCV. Oh my god, does he have no MCV? Nashington has no MCV. Wow, he went all in. He went 2-base all in. That is pretty intense. He's got pitbulls down here. I'm not sure if they were down there before, but I think a firehawk is missing unless he did not build 4 at all. Nashington, I believe, has gone all in for this attack. Does bike-RUsh know about it? That's the question. He's still got some infantry forces here. He doesn't actually have AP ammo. I'm not sure if he forgot to get that or if he sold the tier 2 because he doesn't have it and he's out of Tiberium. Oh man, Nashington, if he didn't go all in, he would be in a great position. Yeah, there's firehawks out and about, but you know, you can laser fence them for a little while, and it looks like Nashington does grab that. Did they actually only just grab that spy? I'm not sure if bike-RUsh did cap it back at some point, but nonetheless, he will be flying around. He's probably just going to take a look and see what's actually in the base before he picks out a target, and he will be looking around, and he probably sees the war factories as the best targets here at the moment, and he will turn around. No, he actually drops almost all of his bombs on that one building, which was not good at all, and he drops enough to destroy. He could have actually got 3 power plants, but he obviously didn't micro properly there. But he's still got 2, which is going to cause a lot of problems for Nashington. Nashington has 1 more attack left in him, but bike-RUsh's army is over here, which means, I don't know, maybe he can do something. And he will be shooting at some of those firehawks there. There are heavy harvesters here. They actually have garrisons in them, so that's interesting. You don't see that very often. But he will be able to destroy these. bike-RUsh's MCV has actually been sold off, I believe. And he has hammerheads here. Wow, he's actually making something out of this now. bike-RUsh having to pull his whole army back here. And looks like Nashington, he could just cut off the economy here of Nashington. What's happening over here? Meanwhile, infantry standing in Tiberium, which is never good. Hammerhead's desperately trying to destroy the airfield. There's actually no AA aside from the firehawks themselves, but they don't have AP ammo, which means they can't destroy the airfield. Oh my god, he needs to destroy that right now. bike-RUsh does actually have an MCV, so you can see he put down the comm center, which means he does have something to defend that with. Nashington does pull back here. More dead harvesters though, more dead harvesters, which is great news for Nashington. He is long range mining, probably from the wrong direction, but I guess he can't go down here because there's units over here. Doesn't have anything garrison there either, so that's unfortunate. This harvester here will fall. He will be destroyed. More harvesters over here now. Nashington might want to just give those guys a detour. Tries to go for the crush. The other one's like, yep, nope, not going down there. That is not going to happen. Could even sell off some of his base here. Is he going for another MCV? That's the question. Is he going to go for that MCV? Nashington has a big bunch of Titans and rockets over here. This did not turn out the way I thought it would, but I think bike-RUsh is just going to camp for a while now with his firehawks just to bomb everything that Nashington has, and he will be taking out the airfield as well, but no AP ammo really hurt Nashington in that game there. I'm not sure why he didn't have it. And he will be building pitfalls now, but of course, how's he going to counter the infantry here that are now shooting up his harvesters? He needs something. He needs to get his army over there. Battle markers over here. The army is in the middle of the map here. I don't think Nashington has enough to withstand what's here. Yeah, that one hammerhead goes down. There's not enough pitfalls here, and the harvesters now, they could go back to this refinery over here. They don't really need to stick around. He could even sold off one of his refineries just for the extra rifle help, but Unfortunately, not the case. He will actually be able to overpower the pit bulls that are here, and now he does finally sell off. He gets a rifleman squad from that sold off structure. That grenade squad will do a fair bit of damage, though. He does pull back now. More riflemen's being committed. bike-RUsh does have an MCV over here, and bike-RUsh is just starting to crawl away with this game. The Firehawks definitely are helping to slowly bomb Nashing out of the game, but he is got him out of position. Oh no, not quite. bike-RUsh is coming back. He is coming back. He's got only a couple of harvesters left by the looks of things here. Only a handful. He is going to actually bomb the ground units here, trying to bomb the rocket squads here, and he does get the harvester, and now he's like, yep, cool, I probably have to pull back because these guys have railguns, and that's going to be a serious problem for them. The Firehawks pretty much unchallenged on the ground. These rocket squads will move forward now. They will be trying to destroy these guys here, but the rifleman squads that are just scattered for bike-RUsh causing Nashington a lot of pain here. And I think Nashington might just be losing the edge here. He still has infantry over here. There's 2 Wolverines, which could be cleaning that up right now. Does he have an MCV? That's the question. He needs an MCV because he can't continue to all in this game. bike-RUsh is slowly expanding, or slowly recovering here. And the Firehawks as well. He's got 2 veterans. 2 veteran Firehawks there, and Nashington's moving up to the expansion, but of course bike-RUsh is already moving his army there, which is a big problem for him. He's still going to start bombing these Titans with the Firehawks, actually force firing the ground there, because why the hell not? He's actually managed to destroy a Titan, so there you go. Nashington detouring his harvesters again, and these Wolverines should be able to clean up these infantry squads that are over here. And yeah, I think Nashington, oh man, I don't know why, and he's actually building harvesters. He should have got AP ammo for starters, and he probably shouldn't have all in, because I don't think it was a very particularly strong all in. Like, yeah, he almost broke bike-RUsh, but you know, he probably could have done that still without selling the MCV. Now bike-RUsh has a pretty large army. He's actually got a foxhole in the corner, pretty large army, and he is moving on Nashington's base. He has railguns, which means he doesn't really need a tech center anymore, just because he's going to be so powerful with his armor without it, and he doesn't really need to build mammoth tanks. Titans will be good enough to finish the job at the moment, and this war factory here is going to be destroyed. It couldn't even finish building that last unit. There's only a handful of units here now. The Firehawks are coming across. They're just like, hey, yep, you got no AA, I'm just going to bomb that. If he force fired the ground, he could have got the ref as well, but Nashington, unfortunately, he came so close to defeating bike-RUsh in this series, and just a few different decisions, and it could have gone either way there. But Stephen Donald Nashington has been defeated. bike-RUsh will win stage number 4, 3 games to 2, but geez, it was tight. bike-RUsh has got to be looking over his shoulder. That's the most amount of losses he's had in a Command League series, or a Command League series, yeah. The most someone's ever taken off him in a best of 3 series. So bike-RUsh now definitely got some extra losses on that on the ladder there. Never dropped an actual match, but he has been defeated a number of times in games. I believe Maze and Wookieebird have defeated him as well, just single games that is, and myself, and now Nashington there. So he's not invincible, and to be honest, Nashington could have taken that series. He could have definitely taken that series, but unfortunately not going to happen. 12 minutes 34 seconds. Well done to Nashington, of course, for getting second position. He actually got more money, 93,100 to 89,800. So there you go. Got about $3,000, tad over $3,000 more, which isn't really too much in that in a 12.5 minute game, but well done, bike-RUsh. He'll take first position. Stay tuned to Kane's Wrath Online. We'll have all the Command League details over there as well. More VODs on my channel as well. Stay tuned. I hope you all enjoyed this series. I'm Green Zero, and I'll see you all next time.